Hiddly diddly do neighbors, welcome back to another Pied Piper video. My name is the Pied Piper. Good fucking guess. Today I'm gonna be talking about something I've wanted to talk about for a little bit now, but I've only decided to talk about it now. My mic's a little. Today I'll be talking about Team Fortress 2 Classic. Now, some of you are probably confused, like, what the fuck's Team Fortress 2? Let me break it down. Team Fortress 2 is a video game, a shooter game. It's a team game. It's a team. You play as a fortress into, you know, the two team fortress, right? The fortress 2 team, right? It's a game. It's a shooter, and on its base, with all stock weapons, the game is one of the best FPSs that there is. That's not a joke. I'm not making a bit. Tf2 with all the stock weapons and no custom weapons is just the best game. If each team is playing with all the 9 classes and with, you know, stock weapons and they're competent players, then the game gets so incredibly fun. And add custom weapons, which some of them are too powerful, some of them are too weak, can maybe enhance and unenhance the whole game. But on its base scale, Tf2 is an amazing game, and I absolutely love it. It's my FPS, it's my go-to FPS, basically. Now, one thing that is indeed disheartening to see about such a old, Tf2 is old. It's funnily enough older than me. I'm 16. Team Fortress 2 is older than me. Yeah, take that into consideration. And something sad about this old game is the fact that its developers, Valve, are not taking care of it. They're absolutely treating it like a child that was birthed, but they didn't really plan for it. So they're like, okay, I'll give you some updates, but that's not all. And it used to not be like this. From my understanding, and I was before the time, TF2 used to have big updates, used to have really cool updates, and that was awesome, right? And, you know, the community is dissatisfied about it. I mean, fuck it. Look at what it does to the community, okay? Not good things, right? And there are so many more extra problems I could go into, but I'm not talking about that today. But there's an option, right, to maybe get some of that good old TF2 where there used to be updates, where there used to be new weapons, where the devs cared about the game, you know, back. Yeah, and that's TF2 Classic. Now you might be thinking, wait, Piper, isn't TF2 Classic basically a rebuild of how the TF2 beta was between the years 2008 and 2009? Yes. You're 100% correct. There's some old weapons that have been brought back that were meant to be. There's graphical tweaks. I mean, for the main one I noticed really is the Pyro's Flames, right? There's a couple of new game modes, you know. It is that. But I think the thing that makes Team Fortress 2 amazing to me is the weapons. And these devs, they're adding new weapons to the game. And today, I want to talk about some of the weapons that they've added, right? This is a dumb video, but I just want to gush about how much I love seeing new weapons in Team Fortress 2 Classic. Not the original game, Team Fortress 2 Classic. Let's start off, right? Also, before I start, like and subscribe, and please ignore my shit gameplay, because, you know, 1,000 hours, you're meant to be good? Yeah, still hasn't happened, blood. I'm also playing with these view models because they just give me the look of, like, old TF2 footage. I like that look. The big fucking dumb man walking with the gun, like, right over here. It's really cool to see, honestly. Nail gun. Nail gun was meant to be a weapon for Scout. Nail gun got transformed into syringe gun, but in this version of TF2, we have both. Now, I'm gonna be straight up honest. Nail guns, any of them, in Team Fortress 2 and in Classic, not the best pick. Right? I think you can maybe rework them to be a good pick. By golly gee, nail weapons, I don't know how you even call them, syringe weapons for medic, they're shit. But what surprised me is the nail gun for Scout, actually kinda good. I mean, it's a good side grade. I'd want to see where, you know, they like take it further with like make it alternative versions of the nail gun way, like they did with the scatter gun. I'm really interested in seeing how they're gonna do that, if they're gonna do that even. But from what I've played, I really enjoy it. I sometimes run it because sometimes I don't want to play the scattergun, you know, and playing Scout with these view models is actual aids, like my Daisy. But I don't know. Nail gun is fun, okay? It's a fun weapon. There's not a lot to add to it. It's a good side grade. You know, if you get bored of the scattergun, go to the nail gun. You get bored of the nail gun, go to the scattergun. Next weapon I want to talk about is another weapon that was meant to be. It's the dynamite pack for Demo Man. Now, Demo Man is my main. If there has to be any of them that I have to pick, the one I've played the most, Demo Man has to be it. The thing with Demo Man, it's a really hit or miss class. In some games, Demo Man absolutely wrecks. In some games, it's the wreck. You know, I'm sorry, Demo Man can be absolute AIDS to play in some games. The Dynamite Pack, it's alright. I mean, it's not my favorite weapon. I'm not a big fan of the stock, you know, sticky launcher. I'm more prefer of the quickie launcher in Tf2, not in Tf2 Classic. That's gonna get mixed up in my brain, but you know, we keep it rolling. It's not my favorite side grade. I think it would work really well with a primary that's, you know, with a primary weapon that is really made to work just as a primary weapon, because it's more a weapon like, there's a big crowd, let me throw the dynamite, and you know, you don't really use it other than anywhere else. It's understandable why the weapon got scrapped. I just think you could combine it with more weapons and maybe make a pretty cool playstyle of it. Maybe make like a primary that, you know, makes, you know, the charge for the secondary faster, but cuts the ammo, so it's basically not fun to play with sticky launchers, only with dynamite. Maybe do something like that, you know? It would be really cool if you would have something like that. I don't know, I would really be interested in seeing that. Or maybe like a side grade to it, honestly. I don't know, but it's a fun weapon. I've still played it a little bit. I like it. It's a cool weapon. Next one has to be the MVP of this everything, right? The Rejuvenator for the medic. This weapon kicks ass. I love the Rejuvenator. When I first hopped on the Tf2 Classic, I played this weapon, and holy moly, it's amazing. There's just one thing I'd wish for it. If you could rocket jump with it. Get the fuck out. If you could rocket jump with it, that would be amazing, you know? Like, I just imagine, like, or I don't know what, like a mediball jumping, and I don't know how, like, I'm in it down and just going and giving the shock therapy, like a bzzz, and saving heavy at the last moment. That would be sick. The Rejuvenator works in a funny way that it has projectiles instead of the big fucking beam. Or it's more like a clutch burst. It's more like a quick fix where you're not meant to be really having a great Uber. You're meant to be giving the heals to everyone, and it really is good. Like, I see if I train my aim to be really good at it, like clutching those mid-air, you know, shots will be as satisfying as with the Crusader's crossbow in just the base game. But I really like it. The Uber, it has its situations where it's good. Pyros can really easily just, you know, press, you know, Pyros can really easily do that. And, you know, get it fucking, get it over, but it's really fun to play with. Honestly, I love it. It's a great weapon. It's honestly one of the best. It made Medic really fun for me with its melees, but I don't really want to go into that much detail talking about the melees of the Medic. You know, listen, shock therapy is better. I never liked how Medic in the base game is just this loadout is good, and if you play anything else, you're basically fucking your whole team. I don't like that. I don't like the Medic design in the base game. Just don't like that. I want to see, if there's any class that I want to see reworked, it's either Heavy or Medic. Next weapon that I want to talk about is a little bit of one that I really wanted to like, but I don't know if I like it that much, is the Cyclops for Demo Man. First thing I want to say about this weapon is, my golly gee, the design of it is so goddamn sick. It functions in a weird way, like the loose cannon, but I don't know if it's better. Loose cannon, if you have played TF2, you basically need to charge up your shots and it flies out, and then how much you charge depending when it explodes. The Cyclops works in a different way, is where you shoot it and then you click it again for the thing to explode. I just hate how fucking slow it reloads. That's the thing I hate. Like, as Demo Man, right? When you're playing this weapon, you need to have a strong secondary, so you have a strong secondary, but then I have a question like, what are you using the Cyclops for? If there's a guy suddenly rushing at you, wouldn't it be better to have a grenade launcher to like, instead of having the Cyclops circuit, you know, that's my whole theory on it. If it like did knockback like the loose cannon, I would kind of get it, but that's also going into the territory of making it like the loose cannon copy. I'm thinking maybe like giving it 2 shots and maybe reloading it. Just a little buff, I think, would make it a lot more fun. But maybe giving it a bigger explosion radius, because this is more like a crowd control thing. If this pairs pretty well with the dynamite pack in the way that you can throw the dynamite pack, it's crowd control, and that, you know, the Cyclops is also crowd control, but it also does too little damage to be a good crowd control. So why would you pair one thing that's better at doing the job, one thing that's less better. It's a weapon that I really want to like. It's not like it's unplayable. You can still play it, of course. But brother, I just really want to like it. I think it's a good idea, like shooting it and timing when it's gonna happen. Maybe like, I don't know. Maybe you could do something with like the damage, the way you like, maybe you could do something like that. The way it longer stays on the ground, the longer it has the chance to become a crit or something. Or maybe like make it something like that. Like make it a thing, because it's kind of like not the grenade launcher, but not really anything else. I think I want it to have its own character, its own, you know, thing it does. Because other than that, it's kind of, you know, meh. But I still enjoy playing with it. I just play it honestly for the cool design. Devs worked fucking hard on getting the visual for this thing to look cool AF. And the last one, the most important one, have brick. It's a brick. You hit it at people, and I got 1 kill while playing this brick. Here it is. No, the brick is a fine weapon. It's more like a meme weapon, and I don't mind I don't mind meme weapons. Meme weapons are pretty fun. But yeah, it's a brick. I mean, it would be cool if it had like a thing that would make it like this interesting, I guess. It's literally just like a throwable for scout, but it doesn't do what the flying guillotine or the rap assassin does, right? In the base game, guillotine and rap assassin, they can be equipped in, well, the rap assassin is in melee and the guillotine's in secondary, but I'm just gonna compare it to the guillotine since it also goes in secondary. Guillotine does the bleed damage, right? The brick just does the flat damage, right? The beam with the brick is you can throw it further away and it does more damage, but I don't know. I really want to see what they honestly do with Scout, because I think Scout, I want to see them doing something cool with the Scout. I mean, because they also have returned some weapons from the base game, like, you know, the sandwich, the gun boots, which also have been added to Demo Man, which were also meant to be added to Demo Man. Cool fact. But in my opinion, like, it would be really cool if they also added Force of Nature in the weapon that paired well with the Force of Nature. One thing that I always wanted is for the Force of Nature to have like a direct hit effect, where if you get someone in the air, then you can like crit them. And it would be really cool if you would have a secondary that does that. Maybe the brick would actually be perfect for it. So you could hit somebody in the air and then break them, you know? That would be pretty sick, right? Or like maybe make so that the brick does crits to enemies that are in there to make like more cool shots. Honestly, there are a lot more weapons that I could talk to. Like the Harvester, the fucking shit pyro shotgun. Please don't play as this thing. The detonator does everything. They should just rework the whole weapon. I don't like playing with this thing. The wide range shotgun thing, it's a cool idea, but it doesn't work at all. Like it sucks. The melee is good. It's a good pyro melee. You know, for a class that's hard to design melee, it's a good pyro melee. Heavy weapons, I don't like their new primary weapon, but I've also enjoyed their melee for heavy. You know, it's alright. I don't have nothing against it. If you can't tell, making weapons for a video game that's incredibly balanced without any weapons is pretty hard, and I really commend them in doing that. All the custom weapons they added, they're really cool weapons. I genuinely enjoy them. I don't even really care that they're maybe not perfectly balanced, because TF2, I hate that TF2 was made to be more competitive. One of my main things is I would love that TF2 base game, if Valve got it, that they split 2 sectors. One, weapons are for casual, and 1 weapons are for competitive. And they split what weapon does. Like, I'm just gonna say it. Buffalo Steak has great potential. Eviction Notice, great potential. Extinguisher, great potential. Like, they're just killer weapons just because competitive players want it. And I don't think it's even that hard. You just copy the weapon and change stats. But hey, that was Team Fortress 2 Classic. I think this game and the way that devs are doing it is really cool, because they're doing what Valve should be doing. They're giving the games updates. There's actually an update pretty recently. They're porting it to Steam. Go check that out. I really heavily recommend you check that out. It's really cool. And you may be thinking, what's missing for this deal? That's a fucking civilian. The damn 10th class they added. And you know why? I haven't really played with the civilian that much. But it's still pretty fun, honestly. I played with him a little, and you know, it's pretty fun. I wish he had more of like a use case. Honestly, give him a pistol. Just give him a pistol. I would love to see, for people who get insanely good with a pistol civilian. That would be really cool. Give him like a British weapon because, you know, he's from Britain, you know. I know he's meant to be like a class that heals, but it would be really cool if you just give him like one weapon that's not good. Shotgun would be too good, but like a pistol. Maybe like, you know, maybe like a spy revolver or something like that. I would love to see more spy stuff. Basically, I'm going to tell you my main thing I want from Tf2 Classic. More weapons. I love weapons. They make the game. They make it so much more fun. Tf2 has so many weapons. That's why I have 1,000 hours in the game, because I've made 10 billion loadouts that I play with and then I scrap and then I play with again. I love the game. The devs are doing the literal God's gift of making TF2, updating TF2 but better. Because I think TF2 Classic is meant to be how the TF2 Classic era was, where it was updated, where it was loved by Valve. Because I think this whole Mirage of it being, you know, remaking the beta, or at least I think it's a Mirage, because what it's really doing, it's just making TF2 updated, lifeful, and extremely more fun to play in. And the community, it's the TF2 community.
Yes, sir.
It's really, you know, a hit or miss. Either you get a Nazi that, you know, says Hitler did nothing wrong, or you get a furry. Or you get a pedophile, you know. It's one of those three. Anyways, I'm sorry if this was a video that you weren't expecting. TF2 is one of my favorite games of all time, and honestly, I just really wish Valve cared about the game, but I've honestly kind of given up at this point. I really have. I have 1,000 hours in the game. I have countless memories. By the way, guys, in this Voda Bay video, I was Scouts Left, not 69. I made it into a fucking Voda Bay video. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. And also, fun fact, one of my friends that I introduced to TF2 was the main character in this Voda Bay video. This guy is fucking following me. Anyways, thank you very much for watching. Shout out to my patrons, Musicant and Deep Breath. Actually, I've learned to say it without fucking up. Or Deep Breath and Musicant, if you want the correct order, really. And thank you for watching, and Brofist!